Hi guys, I've had several of you ask, will this Autel scanner still function after my subscription expires? There have been several comments around it being a brick after it's expired or certain functions not working. Interestingly, my Autel subscription has expired. So today's video is dedicated to answering this question. I'm going to be checking out whether it's still able to scan cars, perform active tests or bi-directional tests, as well as a number of service functions like program keys, activate TPMS sensors, and so on and so forth. At the end of the video, I'll also cover the exceptions that you need to take into account if your Autel subscription expires. I'll cover Autel devices in general, so this is not going to be dedicated to the Autel Maxi Pro. Now let's get this. Just to show you that this has expired, if I go into updates, if I attempt to download this BMW update, it's going to say your software subscription expired on tap on renew button to purchase new subscription now. So I don't have an active subscription. One thing I would say though is that it continues to show you what's available. As update packages become available, they will update here. Assuming you don't renew your subscription and you see something you're really interested in getting, then yeah, that could be an opportunity to renew your subscription. I think this is really cool because that way you pay for a subscription knowing exactly what updates you're going to get. And just to say that I did an earlier video dedicated to Autel subscription, how it works, price, and so on and so forth. I'll leave a link in the description and also on the screen if you want to watch that particular video. And we'll just connect to diagnostics. I'm in a 2003 Accord. And we'll just start by attempting an all system scan of all available modules. As you can clearly see, it's still able to scan all modules in the car, so all system scan still works. Next, let's try an active test on the transmission shift solenoids. So with those clicking sounds, active test on this shift solenoid still works. So still able to do active tests. Moving over to service functions, I was still able to access the immobilizer and do an all keys lost programming. It worked just as fine as when I did this when I had a subscription. If you do want to see the full video on all keys lost programming, the link is on the screen. So that function definitely not lost. I was also able to fully activate the TPMS sensors on a 2014 Toyota Corolla. So TPMS service functions checked. Not like I recommend the tire pressures though. So all this is just to demonstrate that you really don't lose any functions with Autel devices when you're out of subscription. There are a couple of scanners who would withhold access to some functions when you're out of a subscription, but that's not the case with Autel scanners. So that said, there are some vehicles, some manufacturers where you may need an active subscription in order to carry out certain tasks. And the first is to do with very recent Chrysler vehicles from 2018 upwards. And the reason for this is that Chrysler updated their gateway system after there was a hack. Made it really difficult for third-party scanners to have access to certain things. So in order for Autel tools to do this, you do need an active subscription. Your scanner may have to hook up to Autel servers before it's able to diagnose these years of Chryslers, and that's from 2018. And then the other scenario is if you have like the MaxiSYS line of tools or the other tools that are able to use a pass-through device to program the ECU. Autel is able to do for Mercedes-Benz and for BMW online programming. So you do need an active subscription to carry out those tasks because you need to log into Autel servers. If you don't have an active subscription, you won't be able to do online programming of ECUs using a pass-through device on Mercedes and on BMW. So other than these two scenarios, I don't know of any other situation where your tool won't work. I hope this answers questions for those who are probably considering whether they would go ahead to get an Autel tool, and the only reason why they haven't done so is because they are not sure whether this will turn into a brick. Thank you very much for watching this video today. If this was helpful, you could consider subscribing to the channel. Give the video a like, give it a thumbs up. It really helps, and catch you on the next one. Cheers.